that down.
The president must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south. The president must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly. Let's shut down. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes.
A new day, a new event. Old actors meet new ones, and a fresh twist adds up to the old subplot. Something unexpected blows up under the sun. But when the elephants fight, and it all unfold right here in the Situation Room. Here, we bring together the main actors to take their turns on pressing issues, dissecting events as they unfold across every sector of human concerns. Stay tuned to the Situation Room with Oᴏᴜᴜ every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial mainland 98.3 FM. The Situation Room, we are always watching.
That's why I can say there, the eyes have it.
Hello there. Remember the saying, safety first. Your safety matters, and knowing how to make an emergency call can save lives. In times of trouble, knowing what to do and who to call can make all the difference. In case of fire, if you see a fire outbreak in either your home, office, or neighborhood, health emergencies come without warning. So, in case of an accident, if someone is unconscious, injured, not breathing, or having a medical emergency, what then do you do? Simple. Reach out to the appropriate personnel by calling the emergency toll-free line on 112 or 767. Remember, speak clearly, describe the emergency, give your exact location, give your name and phone number so the personnel can contact you if needed. Stay on the line. Follow any instructions, don't hang up until you're told to. And very importantly, do not misuse the emergency line, as OWAX calls delay real help and are punishable by law. Let's work together to make Lagos safer for everyone. Remember the number. Remember, call 767 or 112 in an emergency. This message is brought to you by Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Stay alert. Stay safe.
What's your emergency?
Oga Police, no worry, I see you. You know you can do the right thing, right? You know you can do without that bribe. You know you don't even have to harass that young man because he is properly dressed. And you think he's a Yahoo boy? You don't even have to assault that citizen whom you have sworn an oath to protect. Yes, we understand that the pay is not good enough to take you home, that you are still wearing a uniform that you bought with your own money 5 years ago. It's no news that the government has not done enough by you. We feel your pain and we wish things could be different as we continue to call on government to wake up to their responsibilities. We want the police to be our friends, just as it is boldly stated across the various police stations nationwide. And from mainland 98.3 FM, we implore you to do better. We love you.
To support you, Sister of Power, because you want him to help you organize the APC in Oyo State. He doesn't have the capacity. I told the president. He said, no, Sheyi, it's you that I want to help me organize APC in Oyo State. I said, no, sir, I can never help you organize APC in Oyo State because I am of the PDP. So, if we have a government of national unity, a government of national competence, you know, we will have been in a very different environment right now. And let me just mention again this issue of Wike. This.
Your friend.
Huh?
Your friend Wike.
My friend Wike. Okay. So this was the exact first contract that Mobile gave to Macron. I was 29. Pocket. I was 29. 1997. Wike perhaps at that time just left. He just left law school. And then his next job after that was local government chairman. And the trajectory was, yeah, I don't beef anybody. But the real issue is that I was in a meeting with the president and Wike. And I'm saying this, in an open chat. The president will hold PDP for you, against 2027. I was in shock. So we got up, we got to the veranda. I said, Wike, did we agree to this? I don't like talking about people, and I will not talk about people or talk about events. But I'll talk about the real issue. The real issue is that Wike would like to support the president for 2027. That's fine. It is within his right to do that. But also some of us that want to, ensure that democracy survives in Nigeria. We don't drift into a one-party state, and we want to ensure that PDP survives. It should also allow us. I confided in a mutual friend of ours after that meeting. And I kept thinking, okay, the president did not ask him, do this for me. He was the one that volunteered that I will do that. So when I was telling our mutual friend, I said, look, maybe he was talking about an errand that the president never sent him. So let's watch, let's engage him. Let's see if he will back off. But he never did. So after he didn't back off, I said, well, now it's time to confront him. Because I told him from that day that I will never be a part of this. And that is why I will not be supporting the president for 2027. Wike can support him, he's within his right, but also it is within my own right to decide within the political space who I will support or what I will do in 2027.
It is within his rights, it is within his decision to make who he chooses to support in 2027. Well, by Monday, that's the 29th of December 2025 at 10 a.m., the immediate past governor of Rivers State, the current FCT minister, Barrister Iṛsᴛᴜ will be making a media address from Port Harcourt by 10 a.m. The voice of the governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde. Well, his fans call him GSM. He had a no-hold-bar session on Tuesday. The former member of the G5, now the FCT, is always, addressing the press. So when it was going to be a major decision as regards the factional leadership in the president, and out of nowhere, Wike just said, hey, Mr. President, I promise to hold the PDP down for you till 2027. And he said he was shocked. And when they were going out, he was asking, Wike Alpha, we didn't agree to this decision. And I think that was where things started falling apart between them. And obviously the center cannot hold anymore, as there are off-circuit elections in Ekiti and Osun next year, and the PDP will have to sort it, the issues, so that it does not affect the issues, because the 2027 election is very much upon us. By this time next week, Thursday, I'm going to be saying Happy New Year to you, just like I'm saying Merry Christmas to you right now, because in 7 days' time, we're going to be stepping into a top priority for some of these politicians, especially those that are still not space. So there's going to be a lot to look out for in 2026. The decamping, the cross-carpeting, the alliance, the merger, all of those will happen in 2026. Because by this time next year, all the political parties in Nigeria that will be participating in the 2027 election will have expected, should have submitted. We wait for Monday. We keep our fingers crossed. Like I said, the Our special assistant to the FCT Minister on communication, Mr. Leo already released a statement in response to, going to respond to it, and a notice that has been sent to media in respect to the 10 a.m. media engagement on Monday, the 29th of December, right there in Port Harcourt. So let's keep our fingers that the FCT Minister told the president to his face that he's going to hold the PDP down for the president ahead of 2027. Well, if you look at the PDP where they are right now, they started 2025 with 12 governors. Now they have only 4 left. That's crazy. They have only 4 left, just 4 governors. And the 4 governors are Zamfara, Adamawa, Oyo, and Bauchi. Those are the only 4 governors left. In 2025 alone, the governors of Akwa Ibom, the governors of Delta, the governor of Bayelsa, to join the APC and Accord Party, the isolated case, which is that of Osun State. But again, the PDP says they can fix their issues and make sure that they get up in the mix before the 2027 election. If you look at the composition of the National Assembly as well, it's quite unfortunate that the APC controls an absolute majority in the Senate and the House of Representatives as to speak. Exactly. The APC now have 80 senators out of 109. So the other political parties are sharing only 29 senators. 80 of the 109 are now members of the APC. So they were 78 until Monday, when 2 of the senators from Rivers State also decamped from the PDP into the All Progressive Congress. In the House of Representatives, they used to have 256, but on Monday, 6 reps members from Rivers State of 109. They have 29 out of 36 governors, and of course, they have the FCT. So when you break that down, along 774 local government and about 187,364 polling units, then you know how interesting the 2027 election is going to be in Nigeria. Good to have you join us on the show today, the Thursday edition, the last edition of this show for the year. So it used to be for the month, but now it's the last edition of the show for the year, and I'm super excited because more than anything else, we've had you to fall back on year in, year out, months, weeks. You've always listened to us, and more importantly, you've always engaged us each time we've invited you to join the conversation. But again, the bigger available, even when sometimes it's not convenient for him. I've held him and I told him, I said, you have to be on the show today. And he said, you know what? I'm on my way to the airport now, but I'll just hope that they will delay my flight a little bit. And like God answered my prayer, there was a little delay on the flight, and he joined us on the show at the airport. Mr. Miwademi, before we get into the conversation today, let me thank you for always prioritizing this show on your schedule. I know that at times that you wonder, oh, how can I do this today? I've called you out of events. You've had to pack sometimes while you're traveling to join us on the show, on the way, in the car, at the airport.
Very much, Okoyemi Akiode, and let's thank our listeners for being here for us. I think we do it together. And you know, when you have a set of listeners, that the responses motivate. So I hope we've not disappointed ourselves this year. And I think
also, Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Adeyemi. I decided to come to the office early today, and in case my house is far, and I know that dispatch can get to the office from your house faster, but I've not. Sir, what is going on? Thank you so much, Mr. Adeyemi. Well, where do we start from? This is the last edition of the show for the year, and a single Thursday on this show, just like we've not failed for every other day of the week, Monday to Sunday in 2025. But before we slide into all of those, Mr. Adeyemi, I'm sure that you are as excited, anticipating as I also, in respect to Barrister Wike's press media conference, whatever I chooses to call it, on Monday. There's a circular that was released to the press that, he's going to be addressing a world press conference on Monday in Port Harcourt on the 29th of December. And I'm sure that is a response to the interview that the governor of Oyo State granted on Tuesday, just a few days ago, where he alleged former governors of Enugu, Abia, and Benue State, which both of those of Abia and Enugu had gone to pick up ambassadorial appointment. And the reverse is down there of that interview from Governor Seyi Makinde on Tuesday, where first, he said he's apologizing to Nigerians for working for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023. One. Secondly, he also stated that he's not going to be campaigning or working for the president in 2000 ahead of the 2027 election. Thirdly, still on that interview, he also explained why he has fallen apart with his friend, the FCT minister. And lastly, he also said he's overqualified to be the president of the federal government. Is also going to be a two-term governor of Oyo State. What do you make of that interview, and what response are we expecting Wike to give on Monday? But let's start from the first side of the interview. What Governor Seyi Makinde said on Tuesday.
Thank you very much. I think I would rather want to look at it from the perspective of Makinde speaking. I spoke like a typical politician, a typical Nigerian politician. So when I talk of a typical Nigerian politician, I'm talking of rudderless set of politicians that are not operating on any ideology. Maybe you are working on a particular set of agenda or goals than just to grab power anyhow. What do I mean by that? If you do something just 2 or 3 years ago, you as a governor, what are you looking for? Wike knew what he wanted. At least when he broke away with Atiku, he knew that there's no way he can continue his political career with Atiku. So he broke away with him. You followed him. You were first time there. Then, did you achieve your goal there? You achieved your goal because you won your second term. But now saying he regretted doing what? Did he think that without his chest and say this what will actually? Because there's no ideology, there's no set of goals driving them. It's not that we're working on a long-term agenda. So we come together, and within that, I got my own. Makinde got his kinsman to become the president. That was the agenda there. Now, but how sustainable is this agenda to his own future political career? Whether we like it or not, UK is fit and good with Tinubu, and is doing exactly what Tinubu wanted him to do. If there's any politician that matters to Tinubu, give him all the opportunity that President didn't have since after Yar'Adua, if I'm not mistaken. You understand? To lobby the ministers, you have to go through the process of the bureaucracy and the corruption that happened in the federal ministry. But you now, so you return the thing back to you. You know, so you are operating like a normal governor. That you have your allocation, as others have without seeing any minister, seeing any director before you implement. So the next year. But that allowed again. So PDP, the more it made PDP uncomfortable. By now, with the Wike, Tinubu has been able to finish, nail the copy of PDP. So I think if you want to find yourself with PDP, and the Wike is working against your interests, so Wike is doing everything to finish PDP, and has finished the PDP. So is either Makinde joined Wike, their unholy alliance was for a short time period. At that time has come and has gone. He's going their separate ways. Fayose said he was not going to join that PDP. Fayose has also joined a crippling PDP in the state and done that successfully. This is of it. So when you join them to destroy PDP, of that PDP, and you wanted that PDP you better destroy PDP and let it be so. And they destroyed it. So for him to have the capacity and the resources to fight his major political battle would be to annoy the successor. That whoever he picks, the PDP wins the election. Well, I'm not saying he cannot achieve that because that the ticket does not work with tissue paper. So, but we cannot tell, right? A dying tree, if it smells water, right? And it can still survive. You understand? They say now. So I think it's a thinking politician, just trying to hold on to anything, right? But I don't see him surviving the tsunami he joined hands at least to create. But that does it. So all what I see said about Wike, I think just discarded as another serious politician. And for Wike, you have a question, good one, that what should we be expecting from Wike on Monday? Wike had many things. I'm sure he will tell Makinde many things he will never expect Wike to say in the public. He should know Wike for that, unless there's no 40-year-old grandee available for the man to bring Wike. He will share it for him. He told Wike frankly that he made his $1 million, but how much Wike has spent on him, so maybe we will get to know that one. So, but it's very good for us. We want to know some dirty deals. I think that will happen. But again, what like most Nigerians would rather want to know is that in River State, PDP to join APC. So I think on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, they all joined.
Yes, they've all joined the APC.
Now, haven't all joined the APC. The assembly members in joined the APC. So now begin to wonder that press conference on Monday, we want to talk about that one that is now a member of APC. Do you understand? Or his art is everything is already in APC, but he will continue to until he and his paymaster sure that nothing left. Do you understand? And our guys that we have the opportunity to interview him, I don't know how they can squeeze him, at least to squeeze water out of stone like that. He's say that he will kill the PDP before he makes his national party 2027 to make sure the party is not settled. So who at all? He makes his own strategy. He's not the contesting. So all these guys all of them will vote for APC, right? All of them will vote for APC. He will continue to do APC at night, right, in River State, attending their rallies, saying they are boys, they cannot do away with them. He will tell you, who will tell you that act of patriotism, that APC is good for his state, do understand, but national is for PDP. So he will be doing all these games to ensure that APC is finished before 2027. He will follow them to that election to make sure he nails the coffin. Some of these issues. But how deep, I think those that they are going to interview him, how deep they can get him.
Mr. Adeyemi, we'll soon leave. Before we leave this matter, you made mention of one whole particular interview. But to even say, I'm not sure the journalists will need to ask so much questions. You talked about the unholy alliance. One of the things that Governor Seyi Makinde said in that interview was that the reason he's not going to work for President Tinubu is because he wants to uphold that the PDP survives. But if you look at what the build-up to the 2023 election, Mr. Adeyemi, after the primaries of the PDP and then the presidential ticket, went to a northerner and also the chairman of the party, a northerner, and then refused to resign. And there were a lot of issues and all of that. Then the G5 and Rivers, and of course, all of them were second-term governors that were leaving office. But Seyi Makinde was also running for a second term. But it looks like the alliance had a good starting, which was to make sure that the PDP does not win the presidential elect for his presidential campaign. Seyi Makinde did not go to receive him, despite the fact that he's still a PDP governorship candidate in the state. He didn't participate in the campaign. He didn't welcome Atiku to Oyo State. He did not. His factional leadership. The PDP have lost 8 governors already in one-party states, and also to save the PDP. Has he really done any of those?
And if you have those things they were saying, I think people without conscience. So the people that drive them is immediate, where we will immediately confront. We are experiencing, and the political elites, if you are not happy with your party, 2 things. Vote against that party, and nothing happened to you. In a different society, those who can campaign openly
against your party,
the philosophy, the ideology of your party, you have maybe because Trump is now the leader of our party. I don't like him. I can criticize Trump, his policies, his person, but I will still be defending my party because you still see that as a party. But they threw all these things overboard against PDP and contributed to the now. If he's now saying fight for democracy, you fight for democracy whether it pays you, it pays you. You talk about democracy. You look for where it's going to win election. But when it does not pay you, right, or you are facing the consequence of action, you have to facing with democracy. Does she really understand
2023?
2023. When you left your candidate, your party, to ensure another one, are you not crippling your party to strengthen that one? And what will be the consequence? That's what we are seeing. So when all of you gang up against your party, are you raising ADC there, or you are raising Labour? You destroy your party to give strength and stamina, more of it, to APC. So the APC now got all the strength he needed in the world to some meat sellers in Foko and Ġeģe Olórun in his choice of words. If you say that you regretted working for Tinubu in 2023, so that's a cup of tea. But do you tell us, did you know how they lacked the muscle, compromise? Did APC give Teslim Balogun that needed? Teslim Balogun is not a rookie.
There's grassroots politicians in Oyo State.
There's politicians that is good. Is kind of Adelabu. He inherited Adelabu political structure. But they gave you all the necessary support in this world to finish the man. And now you will now have the audacity. You will get advocate for him. How many Senate? How many reps did the PDP won the dance election in Oyo State? How many? You know what? You are a beneficiary of a compromise. Shameless as well. In APC, or you keep quiet. But when you can say that when you regretted what you did, I want to agree. Because we knew that. But now thinking that he was fighting for Nigeria, he's not fighting for Nigeria. He's fighting for his own political survival. And which is going to be very difficult. So again, winner's election in your state might be difficult. More so that he saw, he knew that if those 3 people can come together,
it will be a problem.
That there won't be heights. He's a politician himself. He knows the answer. So for him, let the man not fighting for Nigerian democracy survive. He's fighting for his political future. We're ready to carry his cross. That was it.
Okay, interesting. Just like you said, Mr. DME, we keep our fingers crossed, and I'm very sure that the media parley on Monday at 10 a.m. Would also tell a lot. And after meeting politics yesterday, Said Fahad and I just had a conversation, and it's very clear that the political situation in Oyo State is going to take a different direction in 2026, leading into people of Oyo State, and he was very clear about it. That means the battle for who succeeds him begins next year, and I'm sure that maybe the preference that he got, because we heard that, because I don't know what the alignment or what the unholy, it doesn't look like he's going to get the same in 2027. So maybe yet again, just like Osun, Oyo State is another state that the APC is going to be very, very interested in. If you look at the political composition of Southwest, under the APC, and then Osun and Oyo are under the PDP and now Accord. So it looks like the regional drive may eventually, get big. You never can. Well, Mr. Miwademi, it looks like it's an unusual Christmas for Nigerians. I grew up understanding how important Christmas, you have to come home. Sisters, cousins, everybody. I literally turns my family house to some Jerusalem of sorts. But if you look at the last few years, it looks like Nigerians are just mainly surviving. Different this time around, especially with the new tax law that will take effect on the 1st of January. A lot of misconception, a lot of different, understanding in respect to the tax law. I've brought, different, but not exactly clear about. You've got to call us tomorrow by 4 p.m. as my friend, a banker, a policy analyst, and a tax expert. But Mr. Diemi, how much of a celebration do you think this has been for Nigerians? It looks like an unusual kind of Christmas. Yes, the stores are still full, but if you check around, it is a different kind of feeling today.
Well, I think I agree. I think that surrounded us, but I think surrounded us in 2025. When other countries, I think we'll be talking of tsunami and kind of thing.
And all of that.
But the leadership tsunami is what we have been facing. Man-made, I think, is not canceling that. The year have been characterized. People that still have their children, fathers, mothers, wives, pastors. Are we saying people that who today do not go to church and also celebrate Christmas? Well, Christmas goes for a Christian. Christmas goes beyond it. It goes beyond it. It's a period they want to have a kind of a renewal with God. Thanking God for giving us Jesus Christ. All those things. Almost impossible in the country we are. So can we now say we are celebrating enough during prayer? Right? Cut that thinking the boys have come. So what are they celebrating? What are the people that are still the normal fowl we buy at 4,000, 3,000. It's not big one, starting from 40, 45. So that somebody, how much is the minimum wage? Let's say your family to a life chicken. So by the time you buy, or we are talking the celebration for the few elites that have cornered all the resources. Are they the ones only to celebrate the Christmas? From Abuja, I think on last week, Friday, I think bought tickets at 265,000. So if you have not booked tickets for next month or for this year, now, you go to Abuja for 4 or 5. So, and what is in a vehicle and travel on this route to maybe normally by 23rd, of it. But today, today 25th, you understand, there is a serious traffic in some parts of Lagos. I think I went to do one religious program in Port Novo around 9:30 when I was driving past Alamazi. I'm not talking of my electronics. Do you understand? And go to Linkai, they open their shop. Can you adapt the rules that you cannot come and disobey? But people, not because they didn't want to go, but the economy, and you know how much it is, even if you want to go by road to Abuja, to Port Harcourt, how much they charge?
Mr. Miwa, people of Abuja to Lagos at 93,000 by road. 3,000 by road.
3,000 by road. Have they fixed Ekiti, Kogi road? Have they fixed Kogi Lokoja road? When we were traveling as a young reporter, almost every time, we didn't know Ekiti route. Immediately after Jeba, you veer to the right to enter to Middle School and enter Abuja 6.5, 7 at most 7 hours on the road. You are in Abuja. Now Abuja is 12 hours. If you are fortunate. So you pay something thousand naira and you still sit down for 12 hours with the information you are getting from Kogi axis. That you spend hours that you are safe, your life is safe. 93,000. So 93,000 with the family of 4 of Christmas we are celebrating. In fact, so bad that you see tailors as busy as it used to be. In the early days, you see tailors doing night for like
even on Christmas morning, people are in front of their shops waiting. Nobody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So no, we don't. I think it right. So go to market and see. You understand? So how will you explain that you buy just fowl chicken? How many maybe some 2 or 3 friends with your family coming to visit you? So you have to say you have to get you at 90,000 naira. How much is your salary? So the insecurity is there. The rate of the way the kidnappers has made traveling not just a risky. So if you cannot travel by the road, traveling by the road is that a thing of who are these ones celebrating the Christmas? Who are those people celebrating? So unless you are related, you have a close alliance with the politician. Maybe they will give you 5 or 10 kg of rice and maybe 10,000. Just maybe sit down somewhere, right? And maybe playing game with their phone for the gift of life. Know that we are healthy. So with that one, we've got everything. But whether we got everything or not, I think we don't know about this. So we are doing that Christmas. Not only for community actually, but for the insecurity, I think, on Nigerian roads that make traveling, I think, a risky adventure. So it's crazy.
It's going to be the 1st of January. So we'll probably just address the New Year address. So we'll have a lot to pick and also dissect next week, Thursday, on the show. But on the parting shots, we still have about a week more to go this year. And I'm sure you've been following the conversation around the new at different times. I've had to watch the interviews of Mr. Taiwo Oloyede, the chairman of the tax. There have also been public information in different languages, in pidgin as well, from the orientation agency, Inland Revenue Service, just to make sure that Nigerians are aware of that. But more than anything else, there's a misconception, or let me put it this way. There is this, I've literally turned to a tax merchant in the last 1 week.
Don't let us waste our time on this. The reason being that the criticism that greeted it. We knew that there was a strong force that said the assembly should throw it away. Do you understand? And we were all living witnesses to how Mr. President stood his ground. All watched how politicians play their game of lobby here and there. Do you understand? For it. And bandwagon. Because we understand a lot of behind the scene what is going on. For some people that tons and bottles, millions of beer, that's what I'm saying. So the VAT and tax from it, it was the presidency that set the bill to the National Assembly, not presented their worked out bill to the president to assent. That's the out of politics. Let them continue playing their politics. If what National Assembly approved presented to the president, so the lawmakers raise alarm on that one. But you and I, we have not seen finished products of the National Assembly on this. We saw the deal and all this they worked to have agreed. We have not seen that document, and nobody has shown us. They are saying this way. What they tell us area because that we don't want this thing to take effect from January 1, and they know that the president may sign that bill any month from now. That's why they will go on every day. The National Assembly will go on holiday now to pass. If it's supposed to take effect from January 1, as they are saying. Some people, I'm suspecting, people didn't want the law to take effect from January 1. They still want more time to look into this matter. And what is going on in the country. That get away with thinking of everything. You must have seen it. You must have seen a copy presented to the Mr. President. And that's what's come to the worst. When Buhari signed Electoral Act, and the second one again, therefore, everybody then go and sort it out. Instead of creating, some people simply didn't want it to go to start working by January 1. They didn't want it. And let the senators, the House Assembly members that were there sort out those areas, understand that with the tax law that links to physical federalism. I'm not saying we got there, right? We want anything to fit enough. We didn't want it. But how long will it? Because Lagos was already in court on beer.
They cannot benefit from the tax on beer.
I'm the one having the subsidy they are using. Is the consumption tax? Is that not a consumption tax? So if you don't allow debt, all the debris from the lions, we are not clearing it. If I'm clearing it, you that are not clearing,
you can't partake in the tax I'm getting from the.
So but you know what? I think I want Nigerians we should not be speaking. I don't like people also be arguing that hypothetically. Even the one I'm saying that this is what we agreed. And show us the hazard. Not you are thinking. If you say this is what we agreed on, show us the hazard. We're not having a sophisticated assembly that all that you must prove it that that's not what you agreed. Show us the hazard. Show us the documents. And let's now know who tampered with it. But who election was tampered with? What did you read? What does the proposal read now? We are not coming down to that. We're just telling us that they have been tampered with. They have been criminal offense. tell us what went wrong. We want to talk on it. So, my brother, is in Nigeria there are many cases. But when politicians are playing their games on suspects, because some of them some state got consultants in Britain, in America, in many countries, at least on these tax laws to advise them, right? Maybe they didn't reach the position of their concern before they are sentenced to some things. Now after now coming up to realize that one, maybe they are now.
Wow.
But I think they can negotiate all those things.
Well, Ekiti State as the first state, but we'll also keep our fingers crossed. Let's see, people already raising objections and breakdown and everything. But more than anything else, I'm sure a lot of us are waiting.
If governor said he domesticated the tax law, no, but my brother, there are some things that I can't understand in this country. That bill remains a deal. Even after president sent to it, if he has the reason to withdraw, he will withdraw it. So I will see in the incubator. I think is the final product. I don't know. So I think maybe I'm not sure.
To go. There's also a very brief breaking news, and that is some members of the Zamfara State House of Assembly that won. Honorable Nasir Abdullahi Maru, member representing Maru North 1, Barrister Bashir Abubakar representing Bukuyum North, Honorable Bashir Bello representing Bungudu West.
Okay. What can be the news to us now is that maybe Peter Obi
as well.
When dog bites the man, it's no news.
But when the man decides to bite the dog.
So if Peter Obi should join APC, now that's when you are talking. But that is, I don't know how anybody should start treating that one as a new day. Both in the Senate and left. So, and that's what we need. Not simple majority, but absolute majority. So that we don't need the opposition for anything. Because that yes. Do you know the number of governors now in APC?
28 of them.
So 28 of in APC now. It's no longer news unless I have the big fish. You understand? But you tell me today that maybe one APC governor or 3, 4, 5 APC governors
leave
South,
the FDP.
not yes. This is a good story. No one is using good. 5 or 4 governors from Northwest joining the agency. The ones who don't know that democracy can be national cake. So we should maybe celebrate and be giving honestly publicity for that.
Mr. Adeyemi, thank you. I've actually taken even more than certainly reach out to you after the program. I will have a father to son conversation in respect to how my Mr. Adeyemi. Thank you every Thursday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. And on the show today, we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about, we made a very subtle joke on Tuesday, and he said, "Oh, Wiki, your former friend." And the way he looked at the journalist, like, are you serious with that joke right now? It looks like things are built up to 2023 election. Was not exactly properly defined. To what end, of what benefits are all of the 5 governors then that formed the G5? Wike had been able to get a ministerial appointment from the former governor of Benue State, or Tom. Is just still here and there, and there's Makinde that is also still the governor. But let's see how it goes. Like I said, we keep our fingers crossed till Monday. Let's hear the other side of the conversation, which is the statement of the FCT minister in response to what Governor Seyi Makinde said on Tuesday. I'm sure we can take this part of my own response on Monday. Well, Merry Christmas to you. I feel like ending the show early today so that we can serenade ourselves with some good Christmas music. But the phone lines are buzzing, so I think I can just pick a couple of calls and then I'll give you like 5 minutes to enjoy the Christmas. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah. Merry Xmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
I still dancing in your mouth.
I've been at work since morning, Mr. Lava.
Don't tell me that.
Except there's something I know something you know I don't know. But let's go on. Let's go on.
In Land FM, many happy returns and prosperous 2026 year.
Thank you.
Okay, please, in next year, please, I want you to include one thing in your program.
Please go on.
Whenever you are having a visitor, please give you room. Whereby your car,
Mr.
Boyemi, I think like today I have Basuru or Alaba where that he saw Igbo guys opening their shop because of what I think that one I think I don't want to use the word fallacy. Come to Alaba here, go to Alaba Maza, go and see the way the Igbo people are traveling. Go and see look. Yesterday I told Babalola that how much is Gary now? How much? 3,000, 2,000 now. You know what I mean? Okay, I mean, if something is appreciating, let us appreciate the government for once. And don't forget, they are not paying subsidy again. They are not paying it. They said, how much was cement before? How much was dollar before? Don't forget, we were in the local government chairman are doing fantastic work. I don't know when you visited most of the local government in Lagos State. Look at the way they are doing that. Please, anytime, please include it in your program.
But of course, we'd always do that when we have guests to some of the questions that you have. So, hello, good evening to you.
Good management staff of your station.
Thank you.
Jesus to measure the economy. No. See, oh God. Sometimes if I listen this year now, I know how much landlord are put on rent. How much is people? It does not make sense to me. These are very, very.
Thank you very much. I understand. I just want us to enjoy it today. I know it's a bit tough. And I'll tell you for a fact that the last maybe 3-4 Christmas celebration had not exactly been at the level at which we've always enjoyed it. And maybe the last 2 years I've been a bit, here and there. And this year as well, for you to still have traffic on some Lagos roads on a Christmas, the manner at which people travel on a normal day, maybe the economy, maybe insecurity. And I'll play you something from R. Kelly, and it calls this one the greatest gift. Sᴛᴜᴛ City Corsker joins me on the show from 4 p.m. And just like we did last time, a brief introduction in 2026, 1st of January. Well, government is going on with that, and it looks like nothing would change. Next up is Mainland FM Global News at 5:30. We're seeing some breathtaking goals. We'll talk about all of those and more by 6 p.m. My name is Oᴏᴏᴡ Akínyande. If you join us for the very first time today, I say welcome. Let's do this again tomorrow and every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. The Situation Room live from Mainland 98.3 FM. Keep your dial here, and I'll be right back by 6 p.m.